All right, we're rolling. What's up, people? What's happening? Hope you guys and girls are enjoying your Saturday. Again, this is something I don't do often. Let me clean this a little bit over here. This is something I don't do often, but I mean, if you're from East Canada, you know about the power outage from yesterday. Not the power outage, but the Raj outrage. So nobody really had the chance to do what they could do or should do online because everyone was like scrambling for Wi-Fi. I was one of those people. I was like absolutely fucked yesterday. I was not able to again do anything online. I didn't have the podcast yesterday, barely posted yesterday, simply because of that Rogers outrage. It did affect me. All right. But that doesn't change the fact that I still owe you guys another podcast episode for the week as we do go live 5 times a week, Monday to Friday, and sometimes Saturday if we can't go live on Friday. So hang in there. Today we're going to have a quick episode about something that I know you overlook. Most people overlook it. I overlooked it at the beginning of my fitness journey. And I'm going to bring it to your attention because honestly, if you don't pay attention to it, it's one of those things that could actually, make it or break it for you in the gym. You know what I mean? Like this almost make you stop training a lot earlier than you actually want to train. So we're gonna break down, you know, essentially what this is. I'm not gonna talk about it right now. We're gonna get into the podcast and figure that out. But as you join, let me know. Okay, let me know how your day is going. So, what's up, Sam? What's up, Duke? He says, "Hey, man, pay attention to what I didn't hear you." Um, I don't know if you could hear me now. Let me know if you have any audio issues. Everybody else that's joined. All right. And again, if you don't know how this goes, if you don't know how this works, when you're watching this live, I won't be responding to your questions as you drop them. I will be responding to your questions and comments after I record the podcast. All right. So still feel free to drop the comments and the questions, but I will look at them after I'm done the podcast recording. Is that clear? Again, for those of you that are returning, you already know the deal. This is no news to you. Fitness 625, thank you for joining. So Sam says no, it's because I joined late. Dude, I didn't even get it. I didn't get it started yet. Right. So we're not even recording on the podcast yet. I was just introducing everybody. Duke says, good evening, bro. Hope you're having a great one. Yeah, definitely, man. It's super busy. I'm going to be doing a lot of catch-up work today because of yesterday. But honestly, it doesn't really matter. Like I love doing this anyway. So it doesn't matter if it's, 7 a.m. on a fucking weekend, 1 p.m. on a weekend. Like I had something planned to be somewhere to be right now. But honestly, things got pushed back so much that I had to essentially prioritize. But anyway, we're going to be breaking down the podcast episode in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Yo, what's good, meatheads? Hope you're having an amazing day and welcome to another episode of the Meathead on the Mic podcast. It's your host, the fucking returning champion, IFBB PRO Putale, coming at you with another topic. Today, we'll be talking about why recovery is more important than training. Okay, but before we dive in, you're welcome to join the Meathead Monsters Club. It's a free Facebook community where you get the opportunity to meet other meatheads like yourself. So honestly, join. We can have some, meaningful banter in the community, and of course, talk about like knowledge when it comes to nutrition and training, like we're going to be talking about today. Okay, recovery as well. All right. So also, don't forget to screenshot and share this podcast to your Instagram story to show support. It would really go far for me. And if you wish to reach out for me, reach out to me and give me a DM. If you want to see the live stream recording of this, if you want to see more content, you can search for Matt Butale, MATT spaced BUTALE on Twitter, TikTok, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. All right. Or you could just Google me. You could just Google me. You'll find all my links. All right. And if you're watching this on YouTube, watching the replay on YouTube, hit the fucking sub. Okay. So let's get into it. Let's dive into the topic for today. Again, yesterday we had an outrage over here in Canada. So essentially, if you're with Rogers, you were not able to essentially see me go live. I couldn't go live and do the podcast. So everything sort of backed up and my schedule kind of got crushed. I had so many things, a place to be right now to be planned, but I couldn't go simply because I didn't do the podcast episode. And again, I made my commitment, told you guys 5 a week. So it just wouldn't be right if I didn't do that. Right. So here we are. It's a Saturday morning, or it started in a Saturday morning, setting up the podcast and all that. And essentially I'm working with a pushback schedule, but it's okay because I did give you guys and girls my word when it came to this podcast. So that's the deal. All right. So let's break this down. It's not going to be too long. The main thing about why recovery so it's way more important than training is this. So let's put this into perspective. See, you hit chest 3 days ago. All right. And before, you start to hit chest, so you hit it 3 days ago In that time period, it's sore, and before it's like done healing, it's chest day again. Like say it's like 2, 3 days, and it's still sore, and it's chest day again, right? So like if you can sort of relate to that annoying feeling of constantly being in pain, or at least constantly being sore from working out all the time, this is the episode for you. Like if you're constantly sore from working out all the time, this is the one for you. Okay. You need to pay attention to this. All right. So recovery is often overlooked in everyone's fitness journey because it's again boring, time consuming, and it doesn't give you a wicked pump. Honestly, let's keep it a stack. Like stretching is fucking boring. It's tedious. It takes up so much time. Most people that do it don't really want to do it, but understand that it's important. But again, most people don't actually, focus on recovery or stretching. And we're going to talk about that in a little bit. Okay. So you don't get a wicked pump from, recovery. You don't get a wicked pump from doing like stretch therapy, going to chiropractor, things of that sort. It's just not the fun or pretty side of, training or keeping your body in shape. Okay. But it's one of, if not the most important thing to pay attention to when it comes to, performing at your very best in the gym and just overall in your life. You know what I mean? To feel comfortable in your body, to not always be in pain, going to physio, going to the chiropractor, all these things. It's the ugly side of things. It's kind of annoying. You got to schedule it, maybe take time from work, or maybe it's a little bit more expensive for you because you live in the States and you don't have benefits from work, or even if you're from Canada, it's just something you don't want to do. Like when we think of keeping our body in shape, we think of eating correctly, we think of training, but we don't think of investing in a physiotherapist. We don't think of investing in a chiropractor on a regular basis to make sure that our body not only is just functional and we can do the things that we need to do in the gym, but that you're also recovering well so that you're not necessarily slowing yourself down just by making sure that you're good with your health and fitness. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Especially if you're always sore. Okay. So again, most people that come up to me and tell me, that they're always sore have a few things in common. And these are the few things. Okay. Number one, they don't stretch. Number two, they don't go to physiotherapy. And number three, they've never even been to a chiropractor. They might not even know what it is. And if you're listening to this and you don't know what a chiropractor is someone that takes care of your back, adjusts your back, your neck, and your posture essentially, and helps you like with exercises and stretches, maintain a healthy routine for your posture. And you'll notice that when you have a healthy routine with your posture and your back and your neck and things of that sort, it will translate over to the way that you train and your range of motion, and that could translate into more muscle fibers being targeted, and not only that but in a safer way, right? So there's definitely a benefit to having that. Okay. And honestly, the fact that most of the people that I talk to that tell me they have a lot of pain tell me that they've never been to a chiropractor, it makes sense, but it's horrible. Like honestly, it makes sense, but it's horrible. Like I get it. It's a lot of time to schedule. You have to jump out of your schedule to do the thing, but it's horrible that it's the reality of the situation, which is why I'm on this fucking podcast today, bringing it to light, bringing it to your attention, so you don't fucking avoid this thing. It's not worth avoiding, seriously. Okay, like not only will you be sore all the time, but you will also increase your chances of getting injured dramatically because your soreness will interfere with your range of motion. It just does. Think of it like when you think of your legs, for example. When your legs are sore, don't you like start limping? Like say you're standing up from the chair, your back is sore from doing squats and all that stuff the other day, and your legs are sore. You start to limp and walk really slow. You don't walk the same way. In a sense, your range of motion with your legs as you walk is different when you're more sore. So now you apply that to any other muscle group, and then you put some weight on that. Like again, because of your altered range of motion due to the fact that you're already so sore, and you're putting weight on that, and you're attempting to do, we'll say, partial range of motion because you're not fully able to do the full range of motion because it's not opened up. That's a recipe for disaster, and that's typically how most people get injured, especially beginners in the gym that don't pay attention to stretching, recovery, physiotherapy, chiropractor, all that stuff. Okay, and again, there's a lot more methods too. It's not just the few things that I've listed. There's many other things, many other methods when it comes to recovery, but just recovery itself is such an overlooked topic. It's crazy because that's what creates longevity in this game. All right. Making it easier for you to tweak your shoulders, right? If you do not do the things like simple stretches, go to the Cairo event, you know, physiotherapy. It makes it easier for you to tweak your shoulders on the bench press or bust your lower back during squats. Again, because it never really heals properly and you're still using it, right? Assuming you're not skipping the gym. So if you want any kind of like real lasting results, that living a healthy lifestyle can give you, you need to be vigilant and start booking physiotherapy sessions, deep tissue massage sessions, and chiropractor adjustments. Like those would be mandatory. Absolutely. Especially if you want to do this for the rest of your life and live a healthy, balanced life for the rest of your life. Okay. Because it's like, yeah, I'm telling you, you should stretch, you should do this thing, you should do that thing. Well, like, how would you know what stretches you're supposed to do? And again, everyone can do all the stretches, sure, but everyone's going to have a select few amount of stretches that they're going to need to do and prioritize over other stretches. And how do we find that out? By going to physio, by going to Cairo. And then when you do that, you have your own personal stretching routine based off of what's tight for you and what you usually feel gets sore. You can literally maximize the benefits of the healthy lifestyle that you're living. Okay. And you won't be stretching in vain. You would know, okay, well, based off of the way my hips are lodged or whatever the chiropractor said or the physiotherapist said, you're going to be doing those stretches to, negate certain things and to combat what your body is already going through and dealing with. Because all of our bodies are asymmetrical to some degree, right? Which means if like my stretching routine that I might be diagnosed with is likely going to be different from yours. And then yours is different from your neighbors, so on and so forth, right? Again, if you want any kind of real lasting results that living a healthy lifestyle can give you, you need to be vigilant and start booking physiotherapy sessions, deep tissue massage sessions, and chiropractor adjustments, and other things too, honestly, that aren't even on this list. There's like cryotherapy, there's other things like that. Okay. So these things are not only for high level athletes, they're for everyone who wishes to live a healthy and active lifestyle for the rest of their life, right? Because you're always going to be sore when you're training, what it is. And I notice again, people know that they're going to get sore, but don't do anything else outside of that to make sure that they don't get sore. Okay. If, guys and girls, if you disagree, you can continue lifting and you will get injured. All right. Like I guarantee you'll be at the massage clinic trying to fix your mistakes while being out of commission for weeks or months. And you already know the story. It's better safe than sorry. Be proactive instead of reactive. Like, don't wait until something goes wrong to try and fix it. It will never be 100% the same. Plus, you'll let go of all the hard earned fucking progress sitting at home while you're injured. Like, what? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Seriously. One, start stretching pre and post gym regularly. Two, book a physio session at least 1 to 2 times a month. Three, check in with a chiropractor every 3 months. Four, get enough rest at night, period. Rest at night is going to set you literally, it's like the easiest thing that you can do when it comes to rest and recovery on this list. Why? Because it's free and it's something that you have immediate control over. Getting enough rest at night would allow you to do as much healing as physically possible, right? But everything I did mention is still absolutely important. I think you should incorporate it in your training routine. Like, absolutely. It's like mandatory. Listen to your body. Okay. Listen to your body. If you're sore for way too long, you have to double down on that. Okay. And that doesn't just mean like, you know, going to get this service, but like listen to your body. Like if you're going into the gym one day and you want to, lift as heavy as you possibly can for a leg day or a chest day or a back day or whatever it is, and you just feel like you're sore and you're just a little bit on the weak side, and then you look at like, what did I eat yesterday? And you weren't too consistent with your nutrition. And then you think, how did I sleep yesterday? How many hours of sleep did I get? And you didn't get a lot of sleep, then it would be safe to listen to your body and lean towards not going fucking, higher than 70, 80% when it comes to lifting, lifting efforts, because you're just likely going to injure yourself. You didn't recover properly the day before. Does that make sense? So if you're listening to your body, it would be cool if you went and you did 50% or 40%. The fact that you're showing up and you're burning calories is already going to set you ahead. Okay. But listen to your body. We wouldn't feel pain if there was no need to feel pain. Like there's a need to feel pain. And it's because we need to get things fixed before they're actually fucked. Okay. So do the simple things that will set you up for lifelong success in the gym. I get it. It's not fun. It's not exciting because you're not getting a pump when you're stretching or at the chiropractor. It sucks. Not for everybody. For women, it's usually okay because they love the deep tissue massage, and I do as well. But it's really painful for me because it's never if honestly the way I look at it is like this: if you're getting a massage and it's painful, it's because they're doing the right thing. They're actually breaking open the muscle fibers and like encouraging more blood flow and things like that. And honestly, that can help with weak points that you have in your physique when it comes to like contracting and things. But if you're getting those massages that literally feel good, you're not really getting anything done. You know what I mean? They're not really going into the muscle and breaking that open and doing all the magic that deep tissue massages have the potential to give. Okay, but again, I'm going to bring this back. It's always better to be proactive than reactive. So do something, anything from the list that I talked about today to help yourself get that advantage, to get that boost. Okay? That's all I want to talk to you about. Does that make sense? Take more accountability. All right. When it comes to your recovery, when it comes to your training, because the last thing you want to do is be out of commission for months because you decided not to be vigilant with this anyway, because it's inevitable. If you care about living a healthy and active lifestyle, it's inevitable that if you don't stretch, if you don't take care of your back, if you don't, go to physiotherapy and get the stretches for yourself that you should implement into your lifestyle, it's a matter of time before you get injured, and then you're gonna have to go to the chiro, to the physio by force anyway. And it's better that you do it in a position where you can control the outcome because you're not injured. Does that make sense? Better safe than sorry, bro. All right, now it's time for you to take action. If you like this episode, share it out with a friend. I hope I was able to deliver a valuable experience to you guys and girls today. Thank you so much for your precious time and attention. Feel free to DM me if you've got any questions or things of that sort. P.S. I won't be monetizing this podcast because I respect your time. Also, don't forget to screenshot and share this podcast to your story if you got value. Let's embrace your inner meathead together. All right, it's been nice chatting. Hope you like what today's topic was about. Natural IFBB PRO Maputale signing out. Boom. All right, people. The podcast is rolled. We don't have questions here. Protect marine life. That's unfortunate. All right, people. You know what time it is. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you got value from today. We will talk on Monday. Hope you have the best motherfucking Wednesday. Not Wednesday. What's wrong with me? Best motherfucking Saturday of your life. All right. So peace, love, and protein. Cheers, motherfuckers. We out. Boom.